Hello Virgo and welcome to Soul Sundays. Virgo, it's a quick 3-card spread, one for mind, body and soul for your week ahead. So let's get started. Universe and angels, messages and guides, my higher self, I call upon you now to give me a clear and accurate reading for the sign of Virgo. Please show me what they need to hear, not what they want to hear for their week ahead. 3 cards please, one for mind, body and soul. That one. Thank you. Wow, Virgo, a lot of crazy energy around you. Cards wanting to come out all at once. Beautiful. The card of temperance or harmony. The card of acceptance. Pisces had this last week, so I don't know if any of you are dealing with the Pisces or have Pisces in your chart, but I remember it very clearly because, let me have a look. Yeah, they had them. Acceptance came through twice. A body message, please, for Virgo. There it is. Now, you saw me shuffle that, right? I'm not even joking you. This is exactly the same reading that Pisces had last Friday, acceptance and acceptance. So go back and have a look at that because that was crazy. Maybe some of you have Pisces in your chart, you're dealing with a Pisces, but I just can't believe that I've pulled those 2 cards together like that again. What are the odds of that? And the card that you had for your spiritual message is motion. Okay, beautiful. The card of acceptance, where your mind is at this week in terms of harmony. Now, if I remember correctly, rising to your potential, love. This year is a big year in love for you, and loving yourself and loving your relationships and really having a look at where your relationships are at. This card rings true. It's talking about, if you have a look at the illustration of the card, is that love is all there is, love is at the center, okay? When you break down our decision making, all decisions come down to 2 things, love versus fear. You know, if I make that choice, will I get caught? Fear. If I make that choice, will it bring love and happiness to people? Love. When you can actually think about making a decision, you can literally draw a line on the page, split into 2 columns and write love versus fear up the top. And you'll have, it's like your pros and cons, it's always one or the other, right? The card's titled as Everything You Feel Comes From Within You. All is sacred, and at the heart of all experience is love. So there is nothing to fear, right? When you understand that, there's no wrong choice, there's nothing to fear, anything that's meant for you is never going to miss you. Your whole energy will take a whole different turn, like your space will take a different turn, because you'll know deep within your soul that anything that's meant for you is never going to miss you. You can never make a wrong choice. It's such a mature way of looking at things because it literally takes fear off the table. It literally takes the fear of failure off the table. It means that it doesn't matter if I've technically failed where I am right now because it's coming back to me in harmony. It's all coming back in a circular motion, right? It's accepting that those things, everything that's happened to me in this point up until now needed to happen for me to actually be aware of who I am to now take step X. Right? If you sit down and have a look at your last year, sit down, grab coffee or tea or whatever, sit down and actually think about what you've been through in the last year, you would not be the person you are today sitting here listening to this YouTube video, watching this reading for your week ahead if it wasn't for what had happened to you in the past year, good and bad. We need all of it to happen, right? And when we can accept that, you will notice things will flow, okay? The card of temperance or harmony really is about understanding that that really freeing thought. It's like it's a real serene feeling because when you know, if you have a look at this card, he's like capping all of his life experience in his hand, right? He's got everything in it. And what you're doing is you're moving through that transformation. You're accepting that everything needed to happen to bring you to where you are, right? The card brings reassurance. Right? It's saying that letting go will bring you stability. You are ready to accept the past and admit the present so you have a balanced foundation for the future. Acknowledge where you have compromised and learn to speak your truth. Let go of blame and choose to love yourself exactly where you are right now. Your perception and judgment of a situation has created an emotional obstacle. Invoke the violent flame by imagining it in your hands. It's this flame here, right? Let blame and judgment move through the flame and transform into clarity and acceptance. Be patient and allow for deeper healing. Virgo, it's a beautiful reading. I can't believe that Pisces pulled the exact same card, but for you, it really is about accepting that, accept the past and admit your present so that you can bring in a beautiful foundation for your future. I just love it. And when you do that, you're going to have the reassurance that nothing's going to miss you, okay? The card of motion kind of backs this up, is your spiritual message. Motion in this book really speaks about cause and effect, right? Knowing what you want for the future and acting accordingly. But you can only do that when you go through this phase of acceptance, when you go through accepting everything that you've done, right or wrong, to get yourself to this point, right? Then you can actually accept that everything's going to move. Know what you want for your future and act accordingly. Be aware of the forces influencing your decisions. A spoke in the wheel is a minor setback, not a disaster. Deal with it quickly and move on. Shifting a singular limiting belief with release will release a flood of creativity, insight, and confidence. Replace hoping for change with acting for change. There you go, Virgo. That was your reading for this week. I hope you found it helpful. It was an absolute pleasure doing it for you. If you did like this reading, please hit the thumbs up. It helps the channel more than you know. And I'll be back with you next week. Take care.